Amazon's starting to feel a lot like that friend who used to be amazing when you first met, very generous, exciting, and always there when you needed them. But now, they show up late. They only talk about themselves, and they expect you to pick up the bill. These signs, they've been there for years, but lately the cracks, they're getting too big to ignore. This is the Amazon story in 2025. A company that used to feel like magic, delivering almost anything that you could possibly desire to your doorstep in 2 days or less, is now in the middle of what people call enshitification. That's the slow, steady erosion of a service as it squeezes every last drop of value out of the customer experience to please the investors. And here's the thing. This didn't happen overnight. It was gradual. In fact, the seeds of this decline were planted the moment that Amazon was started. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Amazon was willing to lose money on almost every single sale just to win some market share. They didn't care about profit margins because the strategy was simple: destroy the competition by being cheaper, faster, and easier to use than anyone else. Prime, it launched in 2005, and it was the ultimate lock-in tool. Unlimited 2-day shipping for a flat yearly fee. People who signed up started defaulting to Amazon for everything. All of their purchases. Need a book? Amazon. Phone charger? Amazon. Socks? Vacuum filters? Halloween costumes? You guessed it, Amazon. The more we used it, the more it felt indispensable. But over the years, that promise of fast and cheap, it started changing. Delivery times quietly stretched for many items. The free shipping came baked into higher prices. And the whole experience, once simple and clean, became cluttered with ads, upsells, and junk products. Today's shopping on Amazon often feels like walking into a grocery store where the first 2 aisles are nothing but paid product placements, and you have to dig to find anything that you actually came for, and half of it's just wish Temu garbage. Part of the problem's a simple retail math. Amazon's retail margins are razor thin, often just a few percent. Even at massive scale, shipping a $15 item across the country in 2 days might cost them $8 or $10 after packaging, labor, and transportation. In physical retail, customers picked up their own goods, but Amazon eats that last mile cost on every order. Even with their huge distribution network, there's a limit on how much they can cut expenses without hurting the customer experience. And when you already operate on razor thin margins, just one small change, fuel prices, wage increases, shipping delays, it can wipe out your profits entirely. One of the clearest signs of this shift is Prime Day. When Amazon first introduced it in 2015, it was billed as a mini Black Friday in the middle of the summer. People stayed up late to grab genuine deals. Over time, it became one of Amazon's biggest revenue events, but also one of its most disappointing for shoppers. Now, many sales are on cheap, no-name products or based on inflated list prices that were quietly raised before the event, maybe even overnight. This year, Amazon doubled the length of Prime Day to 4 days, but sales growth barely cracked 5%. And some analysts think it was even weaker. And here's the thing. Prime Day doesn't just help Amazon. Competitors like Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, they run their own anti-Prime Day sales at the same time to catch spillover shoppers. Some even beat Amazon prices outright and just lowball them, using the event as a weapon to pull customers away. Amazon's big summer shopping holiday is no longer a one-company show. It's just a sale and a sea of sales, or fake sales. Underneath all this is problem number one. Amazon isn't just serving customers anymore. It's serving advertisers. If you search for almost anything on Amazon, the first screen is dominated by sponsored listings. This ad business is now a $60 billion a year machine, bigger than Prime subscriptions and growing faster than any other part of the company. Now, to put that into perspective, Amazon is now the 3rd largest advertising platform in the world, behind only Google and Facebook, which is absolutely insane. And unlike those other companies, Amazon ads are shown to people who are already ready to buy, making them incredibly valuable. But there's a trade-off. More ads means fewer organic results. The best product is now often just the highest bidder. And according to reports, even Jeff Bezos encouraged accepting more ads from low-quality sellers because the profits outweighed the hit to customer trust. The effect is obvious. Searches, they feel cluttered. Customers have to dig to find genuine deals, and the overall shopping experience suffers. Problem number 2, Amazon's massive risky bet on AI. Last year alone, Amazon spent over $70 billion on AI-related capital investments, more than any other tech company. And that includes racks of NVIDIA GPUs, data center expansions, and the development of custom chips. And that number, it doesn't even include salaries, research costs, or the electricity to power it all and to cool it all. use AI to automate warehouses, optimize delivery routes, personalize shopping suggestions, and eventually handle almost every step in the retail process without a single human intervening. Now, if it works, Amazon could turn retail from a low-margin grind into a high-margin machine. But AI hardware, it becomes obsolete in just a few years. If the technology fails to deliver cost savings quick enough, Amazon will burn through tens of billions of dollars all for nothing. Some investors ask why then even bother with retail when AWS, Amazon Web Services, is the real cash cow. AWS brings in the majority of Amazon's profits with far less complexity. And yet, Amazon clings to retail because the two businesses feed each other. AWS clients benefit from the infrastructure that Amazon built for retail, and retail benefits from AWS's technical edge. Lose retail, and Amazon loses an endless source of customer data and brand presence. Problem number 3. Amazon is running out of people to work for them. Amazon is the second largest private employer in the United States, right behind Walmart. And most of those jobs, they're in warehouses or delivery. The turnover rate is around 150% per year. That means the average worker lasts about 9 months before quitting or being replaced. Now keep that up and Amazon will literally run out of willing workers within a decade. High turnover is expensive. Every time someone leaves, Amazon spends money to recruit, rehire, and retrain the replacement. And in warehouses where every process is timed and tracked and new hires aren't as efficient at first, it slows down the whole system. Automation is their solution, and in some warehouses, robots already do the heavy lifting, but replacing humans entirely comes with its own risks. More delivery mistakes, more packaging theft, and less flexibility in handling unusual orders. And here's the irony. Amazon built its reputation of customer service, yet the workers who made that possible are treated as disposable. Problem number 4, third-party sellers are fed up. Over half of all products sold on Amazon come from outside sellers, and they feel trapped. If they want to reach Amazon's customer base, they have to play by Amazon's rules and pay the rising fees. Between fulfillment fees, referral fees, advertising, some sellers give up 40% or more of their revenue to Amazon. On top of that, Amazon uses sales data to identify hot products, and then they launch their own competing private label versions, often at a much lower price. Even returns have become a battlefield. Amazon's generous policy is easy to abuse, and when customers send back damaged or counterfeit goods, it's often third-party sellers who pay the price, not Amazon. Many sellers quietly factor return fraud into their pricing, which means honest customers are paying more to cover the cost of the scammers. Now, the bigger picture is that Amazon is trying to keep 4 very different groups happy at the exact same time. Their customers, their advertisers, investors, and sellers. Workers, they're somewhere in the mix too, but not at the top. And the current strategy is to keep everyone just satisfied enough that they won't leave, like an abusive relationship. And while betting on AI is eventually going to make the trade-off worth it, allegedly, here's the uncomfortable question. If automation replaces millions of jobs, who's going to have the money to shop on Amazon in the first place? Imagine a future where every product page is an ad, delivery takes longer than it used to, prices keep creeping up, and half the products are private label garbage clones. That's not just enshitification, that's the slow collapse of what made Amazon great. Best case scenario, AI actually works and costs start to drop, and Amazon can restore some of what it loved in the first place. Worst case, AI fails, margins stay razor thin, and competitors chip away at every advantage that Amazon once had until it's just another retailer with a big name and a mediocre experience. Now, if you notice the change in Amazon over the years, let me know in the comments below. Do you think that they can turn it around, or is this just the start of a long decline? And while you're at it, hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps out the channel grow, and it allows me to keep making videos like this. Amazon's story isn't just about one company. It's a warning for every business that grows too big, too fast, and stops focusing on the people who made it successful in the first place. The enshitification is real, and unless something major changes, it's only going to get worse. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.